Hello there beautiful human, my name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel, where today we're going to be talking a little bit more about Sweet Victory. Yeah, so this is just a really quick update video and also just a little bit more expansion about my thoughts from the previous video that I did about the subject. So since I had posted that video last week, there's been a little bit more development in the case. So let me go pull up the tweet over here actually, because that will make it a little bit easier for me so I'm not just talking out of my head. Oh, before I get started, I know there's a lot of new fans on this channel now. I actually gained over 500 subscribers in the last week. I can't believe it. This is insane. Like, I don't know. Right now I'm at 1,881 subscribers and I'm like, last week I was at like 1,300. Like, you're crazy. You are crazy. But I love it and I'm really grateful for you, and yeah, just welcome to the channel. I like to call you Sponge Hogs because I know most of you are both Sonic and SpongeBob fans, but if you don't like that name, then feel free to spit it at my face and I'll stop calling you that. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support that you've been having. I feel like I really broke through last week with this channel. Like, after working so hard, you know, kind of refining like my video technique, the thumbnails and titles I've been making, you know, and just refining my skill of talking about these topics, I'm finally starting to get the hang of it, and I'm finally starting to see some really genuine success on this channel. And it's just really exciting because I know that there's a million other videos that came out last week about the Sonic movie, and you all chose to watch my videos, so that's really awesome. Now I hope you all stick around and start watching some of my other videos about my other content. Like, I still make plenty of Sonic content also, but SpongeBob content is also a really big part of this channel, so I hope you're SpongeBob fans because there's tons of them. And even the Sonic content, I make sure to include a lot of SpongeBob memes, so you're gonna have to get used to it. And if you don't like it, then hit that unsubscribe button. I'm just kidding. Okay, back to where I was. Where is this dumb tweet? Here, okay, here it is. So it came from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is the official hosting site of the Super Bowl, and one day they cryptically tweeted out this gif of SpongeBob dancing in his Band Geeks outfit along with Mrs. Puff, Mr. Krabs, Patrick, and him. So yeah, so this is really awesome because it's a really cryptic tweet, yes, and there's not much that's revealed from it. But why else would they be tweeting this, right? There's no other reason for them to be tweeting this GIF. And if honestly, if it doesn't actually happen after they tweeted this GIF, then it'd just be really disappointing because they should know what this GIF means, you know? They should know what fans are going to be assuming by them posting this GIF. So I'm starting to think that the steps are starting to come into place and they've struck some kind of deal with Nickelodeon to have the song either played or performed at the Super Bowl. And I don't know, it's just very exciting because I finally have a reason to watch the Super Bowl. I'm so excited. I mean, I usually like to watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show. I'm really into the halftime show. I'm not really into football, sorry. Not a football fan. This is just gonna make the halftime show so much more epic and so much more amazing. I mean, I actually love Maroon 5. Maroon 5 is one of my favorite artists, but I love that this song is gonna be in it so much more because SpongeBob means so much to me, and I'm actually gonna spend a lot of this video talking about why it is that I really want this to happen and what it is about SpongeBob that makes so many people want this as well. But yeah, that's just a quick update on the situation. So if you haven't signed that petition yet, then go ahead and click on the petition link in the description box below and make sure you sign your name. I think it's very close to 1 million signatures now. Oh, I'm looking at David Glenn Esley's Twitter right now, and he's the guy that sang the song and produced the song, and he just tweeted out like a little under an hour ago of the petition. So it looks like he's really aware of this petition and he wants this to happen. Oh, and he has actually more tweets here too. Let's take a look at what his tweets are. Oh, he says there's actually like over 1 million signatures because there's 2 petitions apparently. Oh, that's just insane, you know? The fact that there's so many people that support this, that's such a great thing, and I'm really excited to see that this is happening. He says, "I'm there if y'all want it. Hashtag Super Bowl, hashtag Sweet Victory, hashtag Sponge." He really doesn't know how to use hashtags. at all. But that's besides the point. If the Super Bowl were to invite him to perform at the show, then he would do it. And I'm like, I'd be surprised if he said no, because he seems like a very like underground kind of artist. So this gig would be like of a magnitude that he will probably never reach in his life again. And so it's really awesome. But he's tweeting out the petition. He's a little bit more active on his Twitter now. I'm actually gonna go follow him so I can keep up to date with the updates, because I actually didn't know about these tweets before I started making this video. So I'm really glad I looked up his Twitter. But yeah, it looks like he's very aware of the petition and he really wants this to happen. So yeah, this is really great. Now, a point that I want to bring to this video though is, how can there be so many people that want this? You know, it kind of speaks to volumes itself about the impact of SpongeBob if there's enough people asking for this, that the Super Bowl is actually legitimately considering it. And there's something about Sweet Victory and the episode Band Geeks in general that makes people, including myself, really emotionally invested in this, and really emotionally invested in SpongeBob as a character, along with all his friends, and of course the creator Steven Hillenburg, who may he rest in peace. He's honestly, it's unbelievable that he's gone, and it was too soon. It really was too soon. But this would be a really great way to recognize his legacy. But let's take a look at Band Geeks as an episode. So the premise of Band Geeks is basically Squidward gets a phone call from his arch nemesis, Squilliam Fancy Son, and Squilliam is gloating about him having his own band, you know, kind of the dream that Squidward always had when he was in high school. And Squilliam is saying that his band is supposed to be performing at the Bubble Bowl, which is the Bikini Bottom equivalent of the Super Bowl. And he's saying that he can't make it. So he's wondering if Squidward can fill in with his band. And of course, Squidward unfortunately does not have a band. Squidward's just a cashier. The Krusty Krab is actually a really sad life. Squidward is thinking, oh shoot, I don't have a band. I'm about to look like a fool in front of Squilliam. And then of course, Squidward decides to lie and say that he does have a band. And he basically gathers everyone in Bikini Bottom and forms a super Bikini Bottom band and tries to whip them into shape to make a Super Bowl worthy performance. It fails immensely. You have Patrick over there who thinks mayonnaise is an instrument. It's a complete mess. And Squidward realizes this and he's really sad. He doesn't get to live out his dream. But SpongeBob, in the end, brings everyone together for the same cause of making Squidward happy. I mean, isn't that just the sweetest thing in a SpongeBob episode? Like having everyone in town come together to lift you up and help you live out your dream. And I have to say, you know, that ending scene where Squidward is jumping in the air looking so excited and happy. That is a series finale worthy moment. I wish in a way that that was the series finale. I mean, I am happy that SpongeBob is still airing today and that there's still new episodes coming out, but that would have been the perfect way to wrap up the show. And it's a shame that that's just like another episode in the mix. But the good thing is a lot of people recognize it as one of the best episodes ever, because what the appeal of this episode is that, you know, Squidward spent basically his whole life not really getting to do what he wants to do in life, and the one time he has this chance to do something with his life that he's really passionate and interested in, it almost fails. And it's really heartbreaking for him. It's heartbreaking for the people around him too that didn't realize how important it was to him. But in the end, Squidward's friends and even his acquaintances came together and gave him the time of his life. And it really just is this giant lesson about always dream big, because I think as a kid we have these imaginations, we have these really big dreams, and we think that nothing is going to stop us from achieving them. But as we get older, we become a little bit more like Squidward. We become a little bit more like a cynic, you know, thinking that okay, life is a little bit more realistic. I can't actually be Superman or be the president or be a pop star, you know, I can't be all these like really crazy things that when I was a child I wanted to be. But I think what's really special about SpongeBob is that SpongeBob, the character and the TV show, reminds us of that creative energy that we had when we were kids, and it kind of brings that out of us whenever we watch it, because SpongeBob is that person. SpongeBob is that person that has the imagination and the personality and perspective of a child. And I think that's what a lot of people love so much about SpongeBob as a character, is because they love that childlike mindset and they really want to tap into that as an adult. But you know, unfortunately, as an adult, it can be really hard to tap into that because, you know, I know a lot of you are probably kids, so a lot of you don't really understand what it is I'm saying, but when you're an adult, life sucks. I mean, it's great in a lot of ways because I love the independence, I love being able to make my own decisions, but it also sucks in many ways because there's a lot more responsibility now, and you're much more in tune as to what's really going on in the real world and what's possible and what isn't possible. And it's really hard not to be cynical about life as an adult sometimes. And this is why I actually feel like I've grown to love SpongeBob a lot more as I've gotten older, is because SpongeBob has really helped me to appreciate the childlike mindset. It's really helped me to appreciate the feeling of dreaming big and really thinking like a child in terms of like, okay, I really want to do this. Let's go and do it. And one of those things is this YouTube channel, honestly. If you asked me like 2 years ago if I was gonna be starting like a gaming YouTube channel and talking to you in front of a camera like this, I would have thought you were crazy, because I definitely didn't have the self-confidence. I didn't have the drive to do that. But as I got older, I started getting more interested in self-expression and more interested in sharing my ideas with people. And that's when like this YouTube channel really started. Even in the beginning, I was really uncomfortable talking about my thoughts and opening up about my feelings about everything completely honestly. But as I've gotten more used to this channel and as I made more videos, I became a lot more comfortable with sharing my opinion, because I started to think that people are genuinely interested in other people's opinions. You know, whether you realize it or not, people are genuinely interested in your opinions, especially if you're willing to share them on an open platform like this. Last week, I kind of have gotten to the point where I feel fully comfortable talking honestly about how I feel about certain topics. And I honestly think that's why my channel blew up. It's because I've gotten past that point of being afraid of speaking my mind fully. And now I'm at that point where I can honestly talk about what I think about something, even if 99% of the fan base or 99% of my audience disagrees with it, and I won't care, because I think it creates an interesting discussion. I think it creates an interesting community, and that's what I really want to do with this channel. And I honestly think that that's why my channel started blowing up, because I've gotten past that point of being uncomfortable with sharing my opinion. And yeah, people are really digging the content I've been making recently, and I'm really excited for it. So SpongeBob really drew that mindset into my head, and the more I adopted that mindset, the more I started to explore like creative avenues, like not just here on YouTube, but also my real life career. So for those of you that don't know, I'm actually a pharmacy student right now, and I'm graduating in May. Oh my God. And I'm actually thinking a lot about what it is I want to do as a pharmacist too in the future, and what it is I'm really passionate about. And SpongeBob has really driven that perspective into my head. That's why I'm really grateful for SpongeBob, and that's why this petition is really important to me, because I really think that Steven Hillenburg fully deserves this tribute, because he made this TV show, and I hate to say that TV show had such an impact on me, but SpongeBob really did have this impact on me that's so huge that I'll never get from another franchise, like maybe not even Sonic. I mean, I love Sonic, don't get me wrong, but there's something about SpongeBob in terms of life lessons that I've been really able to apply to real life. And yeah, that's the lesson I've been able to apply, is that don't lose that childlike imagination, because being a child is awesome, you know? Who says you have to grow up ever? And I actually read this comment before on my YouTube channel about someone saying that they were afraid of liking Sonic and wanted to stop liking him because they said he was for kids. And I'm like, screw those motherfuckers. What do they know? You actually have a lot of power in realizing that you still have a lot of feelings that you had when you were a kid and that you fully embraced them, I think that makes you more of an adult than anything, because you're not embarrassed of your past and you're not embarrassed to say, I love SpongeBob SquarePants as a 24-year-old man and I'm not afraid to share it. That in a nutshell is why I love SpongeBob, and Band Geeks especially is an episode that really emphasizes that quality of SpongeBob that I've grown to love. And SpongeBob's imagination is what helps Squidward realize his dreams. And you know what? In a way, SpongeBob's imagination is also what helped me to realize my dreams right now. And I feel like I'm getting closer to what it is I want to do as my channel keeps growing and as I get further in my pharmacy career. I just feel like everything I'm doing right now is something that I want to do. And that's because SpongeBob really drew into my head that like you can have that imagination and you can pursue what it is you want to do. And yeah, that's why I'm really grateful to SpongeBob, and that's why I'm really grateful to Stephen Hillenburg. So the fact that this performance looks like it's actually about to happen is really awesome, but that doesn't mean that we can just relax and not campaign for it anymore. We gotta keep tweeting it out, we gotta keep sharing this petition with friends, and if you haven't signed it, then you definitely need to sign it, because that's the first thing you can do. And I'm gonna continue making videos about this, I'm gonna continue campaigning for it, and yeah, hopefully we can actually make this happen, because man, that would be a really awesome thing to see at the Super Bowl, a tribute to Stephen Hillenburg with this song. And I don't know, I just can imagine it now. I can picture the SpongeBob clips being played, I can picture what they're doing on the stage. I actually hope that Maroon 5 gets a little bit involved in it. I think that'd be really cool. Be a really cool like guest performance on their show, because I know the halftime show has a lot of guest performances, so I think this would be the perfect like side performance for them. But I don't know, we'll just have to see. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Do you have a similar reason for loving SpongeBob as I do, or is your reason a little bit different? Let me know in the comment section below why it is you love SpongeBob, or maybe hate. But if you do hate, then look forward to a lot of hate comments, because no one should hate SpongeBob. Okay, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these and want to see more in the future, follow me on Twitter at RidersDX, or join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. Yeah, that is everything. Riders is out. Bye.